All right, so that's my analysis for SOXL. Let's go on to crude oil, UWT. We can see here on the longer time frames that we are in a definite downtrend. This is the bullish version for UWT. I have been accumulating shares of DWT, and so from a long-term perspective, we have a bearish downtrend channel. From a medium-term perspective, we have a bear potential head and shoulders on USO and US oil. We have a lot of resistance above here. I've noted this here at important resistance level 50, 127.2, 141.4, and 161.8, all drawn from different fib lines, all converging on this level right here. And we can see that we were rejected extremely hard today off this resistance level. We're down almost 8%. And we do have finally an ABCD pattern. From the short term, I'm neutral, I guess, and I wrote this last night. I saw a potential cup and handle. It has space to go higher to complete the ABC. The time fib marks new lows, and there is a negative downtrend divergence. I'm going to have to change this tonight. This was last night because basically this neutral rating, I got to turn it to a bear rating now because we did have an 8% dump today. Let's go to DWT because I'm actually holding this stock and I find it is a little bit more clear. I don't have as much drawn on it. So there's a longer term cup and handle that I saw playing out here. You see that we have this rise and this fall, rounded bottom, big rise right here, slight fall down, and then we broke out today above this, kind of symmetrical triangle that I had drawn right here. And we broke out very convincingly, up 8% today. So what did I have going on in the symmetrical triangle? I guess I saw an initial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave. We came down and we set in our ABC. I remember very closely calling this out yesterday in the video. I said, don't be, bullish on oil. I think that this might just be an ABC correction, and we did see that come into fruition today. It was ABC, and let's go ahead and delete this line. We can delete this line, and we can delete this line. Let's delete this fib, and we can delete this resistance line now. And what are we left with? We're left with it came down twice and got supported both times at the 50% fib level. Can delete this, and we have a new breakout. You can see it's quite obvious right here. And the small drop that we had in price today, I think, was just consolidation, really. As far as volume goes, we have a lot more bull volume coming into the stock, and we did have this bear volume. However, this came up to 360 and the bear volume was at 202. Therefore, there's more bull volume coming into the stock today than bear volume. Let's move back to UWT and take a look at it. So on the 15, what can we see again? I'm going to go back to our time fibs, and we have an absolute high right here, middle of the channel, middle of the downward price action. This next fib line was almost the low, but not the low. This one was about halfway up on its move upwards. This marks the absolute high. And what do I think this next fib line is going to be? I think that this is going to be the halfway mark again. I think that we might come down, consolidate, and then break even lower, and then this next fib line might be our ultimate low. I have 2 exit prices right here that I plan on getting out at 14.05, and then down here even further at about 13. As far as the trade setup goes, what was I talking about when I said a 5 out of 5 trade setup? All the other factors included in this, I saw a longer term significant RSI divergence. We see that we have an absolute high right here, and then RSI just moves lower and lower and lower as price moved higher and higher and higher before breaking this 50 line and just absolute massive dump and sell-off. So these are, I've deleted the fib lines because they clog up the chart, but I've outlined them here in black. We have 2 huge resistance lines right here, and then an important breakthrough line, which was the combination of the 61.8 and 78.6 overlap in Fibonacci. So it was important to get below this black line right here today, and we did that very convincingly. My next Fibonacci support was right down here, and we can see that we came down and touched this pretty much perfectly. Came down, touched it perfectly, bounced up, and I think that we are going to see some further falls in the upcoming days. So let's go ahead and delete some of these lines. You don't need these anymore. Delete this mini Elliott wave. I did show that we had an ABC. I bought some UWT and wrote it up. I got stopped out right here, so I basically didn't make anything on that trade, but it was worth a try. I saw the ABC, and you got to take your chances when you see them. Anyways, I'm going to delete this now. I'm going to delete this ABC. I think I saw a smaller time frame divergence. We moved up here, and our RSI moved downwards again. That's over with now. I'm going to delete that. And we can see that my prediction from when we were down here on the 26th, it was that we were going to move up and hit this resistance level and then probably move down lower. And my arrow comes down almost to where the price goes to. So that was a pretty good prediction, I guess. And I actually, tried to make a trade out of it, but it wasn't very, profitable. Anyways, this is my short-term, medium-term, long-term thesis on UWT. Let's move on to the last one, which is natural gas, UGAS.